In the last lesson, we introduced the basic structure of forms. From this lesson, we will dive into the details of various controls in the form. Over the next few lessons, we will work on creating this form. From this session, let's start with this username and the password fields. Let's begin by creating a form. As for the action attribute, for now, we will leave it empty. Next, let's add a username field, using an import element as the import box for the username. Set the type attribute to text, and the name can be anything you want. Let's just call it username. Set the title of this import box to username. We will introduce label element later. For now, just write plain text here. Now, let me introduce an attribute of the import element called value. What does it do? The value attribute is used to set the default or a preset value for the import field. When you open the field using Live Server, you'll see the value I've set, codex. It's already displayed in the import box. You can modify it, but every time you refresh the page, the default value will automatically appear again. Another attribute is max length, which specifies the maximum number of characters that can be entered into the import box. For example, if I set it to 6, the import box will only allow up to 6 characters. Since codex already occupies 5 characters, I can only import one more character. If I type 1 and then try to type 2, I'll find that it won't let me import any more characters. Next, let's duplicate this line of code for the password field. Change the type to password, so the import will be masked and the users won't see the actual content they are typing. You see, the import will be displayed as dots instead. Set the name attribute to pwd, give it a default value such as 1, 2, 3, and set the max length to 10 characters this time. And last, we give it a button. Submit. Okay, this is all for this lesson. It's just a text import box and a password import box. I've summarized the key points in my notes. For both text and password types, the commonly used attributes include name, value, and max length. I hope this helps you better understand how to create and configure these input fields.